Hey y'all, so we're gonna do Sunday service a little early today. I thought it was gonna be at 7:30. I forgot I said it at 8:30, but because I thought it was gonna come now, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So I hope everybody's doing well. So today we're gonna kind of just talk about like spirituality, like understanding, like connecting with your ancestors and connecting with your spiritual team. So I know that I had sent, well, if you've been coming on my channel and doing our live psychic readings, I did do give everybody that wanted a um, a goddess card or whatever. So if you guys still want it, we're working with different goddesses for the month of April. So if you guys still want one, just come on my live readings um, and ask me for one. It'll be for free. So I'm so excited. I haven't done this in a long time. Like, absolutely haven't. Okay. So the goal of a Sunday service is to basically discuss spiritual topics to help you find your spiritual healing, find a support group, and a book club, right? So we talk about different spiritual things. I know like my channel is really based on tarot, but I'm trying to find a balance and find something that I actually love, which is um, all about like healing and finding, like healing, spirituality, things in that nature. So that's why I decided, like, okay, let me start posting other stuff on my channel. Sometimes it seems kind of random, but it all kind of goes together. That's the whole purpose of Sunday service, is to kind of like bring everything together. So if you guys see little videos or stuff like that, watch them. It's a way for you guys to learn and a way for you guys to like enhance your spiritual growth here. Hey, so if you guys need any resources, always go to my website at ltspiritual.com. I have a lot of spiritual products. I am a energy healer. I'm certified. So if you, that's why I always be talking about healing, but I'm certified Reiki healer. Um, I am a psychic reader. I am good with like your feelings. I'm an empath. I also have other readers on my website as well. So if you guys ever need anything, even spiritual products or learning tarot, always go on my website, ltspiritual.com. So what my website have? So I have spiritual products. I do rituals. I have blogs on there. I do readings, energy healing. I do weekly ancestor burn and healing candles. I also have tarot classes and workbooks, events, and then I have an app that's attached to it. So our last book recommendation was The Four Agreements. I know it's been a while since I've done a Sunday service, so we really didn't get to talk about it. We did talk about The Secret a lot, but we didn't really get to talk about Sunday service a lot. I mean, not Sunday service, The Four Agreements a lot. So since we didn't, we'll talk about that this month as well. All right. One of the things we always talk about on here is like, what is your spiritual growth, or your spiritual gifts or your powers here? So here's the list here. We talked about healing, psychic ability, discernment, manifesting, wisdom, messages through dreams, medium, seeing auras, faith, compassion, astral projection, alchemy, understanding, speak life into situations, gifted hands, power in the tongues, foresight, magic, earth, air, fire, and water, telepathy, and fasting is all spiritual gifts. So last time we talked about being a healer. And then this is just some things that we talk about, but that's not what we're going to talk about today. Today, I kind of like wanted to focus our energy on other things here. Hold on. So this is on my channel. If you go to LT Spiritual TV, right, and then you go down the playlist and go under LT Spiritual Teaching, you can find this. But I did want to share this here of like what is spirituality, so we can understand. This is in my own words. Spirituality with religion, and they're two different things. Spirituality is more or less getting connected to your higher self, knowing that there's a higher Hold on, y'all. I've never done that before. Okay. So, knowing that there's a higher power. Let's play this video. You can connect through your spirituality through these different guides. People confuse spirituality with religion. And they're two different things. Spirituality is more or less getting connected. Hold on, I'm trying to see how spirituality is. How do I hear it? Spirituality is more or less getting connected to your higher self, knowing that there's a higher power. Now, you can connect through your spirituality through these different guides. So that doesn't keep you, like, these different guides doesn't represent religion. But we got together. But I did want to break down, like, what is spirituality, because I feel like there's a lot of different we think spirituality and religion is the same thing, which it's not, right? It really goes to different things. And I feel like people kind of all put it together. They feel like it's all the same thing. It's not. So trying to see if I can pull this up for you guys so we can confuse spirituality with religion. And they're two different things. Spirituality is more or less getting connected to your higher self, knowing that there's a higher power. Now, you can connect through your spirituality through these different guides. So that doesn't keep you, like, these different guides doesn't represent religion. But when you start doing something in a ritual or having to do something a certain way, that falls into religion. You know, like, sometimes with Christianity, I'm just going to use that as an example. Sometimes with Christianity, people get so caught up on how things are supposed to be and how, like, the law of the Bible, but they don't actually want to follow it. You get what I'm saying? Like, they actually want to just kind of like go with what makes them feel good and go with what people say and just follow this ritual, this way of thinking, and not thinking outside of that box. I feel like, to me, spirituality is thinking outside of the box. It's okay. Let me start it over because I didn't realize it was spirituality with religion, and they're two different things. Spirituality is more or less getting connected to your higher self, knowing that there's a higher power. Now, you can connect through your spirituality through these different guides. So that doesn't keep you, like, these different guides doesn't represent religion. But when you start doing something in a ritual or having to do something a certain way, that falls into religion. You know, like, sometimes with Christianity, I'm just going to use that as an example. Sometimes with Christianity, people get so caught up on how things are supposed to be and how, like, the law of the Bible, but they don't actually want to follow it. You get what I'm saying? Like, they actually want to just kind of like go with what makes them feel good and go with what people say and just follow this ritual, this way of thinking, and not thinking outside of that box. I feel like, to me, spirituality is thinking outside of the box. It's, for me, I think about, like, how I feel, like, am I connected to the other side? Am I getting messages from the other side? You know, like, when you have, like, work in your divine self, it's a different way of walking. It's a different way of living because you're using, like, all your senses to kind of connect. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're using everything to connect. I may use my sense of smell, you know, my eyesight, my hearing, the sense of feeling, to actually connect to that spiritual side of me and, you know, make decisions and trust my intuition. Or sometimes, you know, like with the sense of feeling, there may be a chill or something. Like, you may get a chill, like, oh my gosh, this is not, I shouldn't go this way, I shouldn't go that way, right? Or sometimes with that, we may see visions, like get little visions, like, oh no, like I dream that this may happen. I feel like that's all connected into spirituality. Now, when you think about religion, you think about, like I said, doing something over, not over and over again, but just kind of like maybe going to church and following this one way of thinking. But with spirituality, I feel like I think outside the box because I trust my intuition, I trust myself, and I trust my spirit guides on the other side that can actually help me make the right decisions, help me to figure out this way of life. So that's kind of like for me the difference between spirituality and religion. And like you can tap into these different gods and goddesses on here to like really just know or help you along your path. That can help you along your spiritual path. But I feel like you don't have to be confined to one thing. If I'm Muslim, I don't have to, or if I worship Christianity or anything, I don't have to, or Buddha, I don't have to like follow this route, this mindset. This is the only path. Like knowing when you're spiritual, you trust your intuition and you learn the different paths that you may have. It's not just one way of thinking. So that is my interpretation of spirituality, realizing that I am a spirit. I am connected to the Most High, I am connected to my ancestors, my angels, my spirit guides. Realizing that I am a spiritual person in a human experience is kind of like what my mindset is. So guys, I know this is something different than I normally do. I just want to ask you, what is spirituality to you? Like, how do you, define spirituality? Okay, so that was a video I did a while ago, just kind of like giving my interpretation of what I felt like was spirituality. I think that a lot of people kind of like get it confused of what spirituality is and like religion. And the reason why I wanted to actually discuss that today or show that video today was because of the fact that we're about to like deep dive into like different goddesses and stuff like that. And I don't want anybody to feel like, you have to follow a certain religion. You don't. To honor or respect these gods or goddesses is nothing scary. So you don't have to like go into a, you don't have to feel like you doing something wrong. Like that's the whole point of this. Like when I used to be super Christian, like super super Christian, and with that being said, I used to like think things had to be this way or that way. And like me and my friend last night, we was talking, and I always have these deep dive with people, but we was talking and we was literally talking about like, oh hold on, put that up here. But yeah, we was literally talking about like how people don't, like Christians don't even really follow like the Bible anymore, or they feel like things have to be certain ways. And so it don't, like it really don't have to be a certain way. Like first of all, like if you, most people who practice hoodoo, especially if you're not doing the different gods and goddesses, like a lot of that's normal stuff that's in the Bible. Like they did full moon rituals and stuff like that in the Bible, but now it's like sacrilegious to do that. So that's why I wanted to kind of like bring that up. I bring that up as far as like different religion. I mean, what the difference is between like spirituality and religion. And like you guys can comment if you want to, kind of discussing like what your ideal is of the like different religion. But that's what's important here. So let me give you. I did do another video too. I wanted you guys to watch. Spirituality with religion. And there are two different
And
things.
let's see.
Spirituality is more or less getting connected
I
to
have
your
never
higher
done
self,
videos
knowing that
before
there's
on
a
here, so
higher
this is
power.
new for me.
Now, you can
But
connect
this is a video
through your
like talking about connecting with
spirituality
your
through
ancestors. I
these
know a lot of
different
people are
gods.
scared to
So
even
The
that
mess
doesn't
with your
ancestors, when you
mean you
build
like
ancestors,
those
these
right?
different
altars and you
gods
Bobby
feed
doesn't
Slimmer
them,
is
represent
it's
amazing,
not
so
based
make
on
sure
religion.
you guys
worshiping
to
them.
But
watch
when
What
him.
it is they was trapped in a physical body just like we are.
Hold
Now
on,
they
let me
don't
get that
understand the
together.
physical body because they don't
Get my
understand the
life
world that they've
together.
been
I'm gonna
plunged
learn how to
into
use
because they don't.
this.
The
I'm gonna be a
ancestors, when you
pro.
build those altars and you feed them, it's not based on
Okay.
worshiping them. What it is they was trapped in a physical body just like we are. Now they don't understand the physical body because they don't understand the world that they've been plunged into because they don't have the physical body anymore. The movie Ghost told you all that. Remember, he was staying in the house for a while because he still thinking he had the physical body. The man said, you're trying to kick that can with your physical hand. So basically what you have to do to help them along sometime, you have to let them still know that they exist or being alive. So you feed them and put a plate out for them in recognition that there's still life beyond the physical body because you are actually helping them and they need help. Meanwhile, the more and more they get a sense of who they are, then more and more after they get a sense of who they are, then what happens here is they become stronger and stronger and stronger. Once they become stronger, you can use that power.
Do we communicate with them?
You talk with them just like you talking, just like you talking to yourself. And that's another thing too. Start talking to yourself. See, you living in a culture that tells you it's wrong to talk to yourself, but it's good to talk to yourself because you do it anyway. Or it's just taboo in this society, but you do it all the time. Somebody say you talking, he said, I always say I'm just singing. Be talking up a storm, and this gives you a practice of experiencing the other realm of that.
So how can they help us after they get strong?
Well, there's several things. Right now, I mean, basically, you can get them to help you. Another thing also, too, remember this, that they are inside of you. They become a part of your own body. They gravitate to the nearest melanated body and the nearest family members. So they can help you. You can build a camaraderie with them to understand that that's an army. That's an army that has the ability to do things greater than it had when it had the physical body. There's a movie called what's that movie? There's a movie called it's a love story. It's a romantic movie, and they give a great analysis of the. No, not What Dreams Will Come. It's one with Michael Caine and James Spader. Curtain Call. Curtain Call. It's curtains. And there's two dead people in the house, and the dead people, they say, well, there's something in Paris. They say, I'll be right back. Bloop, bloop. They say, damn, you went that fast. They say, oh, yeah, we have access to all different dimensions. There's no such thing as space and time because we're not separated by a physical body. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, just remember that these ones can help you because they're not limited by a physical body.
Okay.
Okay, I wanted to show that. But the reason why I was showing that, and I know like people who are going to connect to this is going to connect to this. Whoever this message is for, it's for those people, right? I know like this is going to be a deep thing, learning this. But so connecting to your ancestors is a way of like growing spiritually too. I think that some religions like they focus on connecting with your ancestors, some don't. Christianity don't. It's one of the ones that they feel like once you cross over, like it's weird, so they feel like once you cross over, like you're dead, and if you those dead people come back to them, they're demons. And it's like, how do you call your ancestors demons? So it's like, okay, if you dreaming of them, or like they don't believe that. And I'm not beating up on Christianity, I'm just like knocking the myth of things. So they believe that like I don't know. I was watching this thing, and I noticed that my mama said the same thing about like, hey, so we're talking about ancestors and like worshiping your ancestors and like talking about like getting into like honoring like different god and goddesses. So one thing is that, and like they believe that if a spirit comes back, it's demonic. I don't believe that. I absolutely don't believe that. And I know the reason why they believe that is because they want to give all glory to like God or Jesus, God, Jesus, right? But which what we don't realize is that it's different deities and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I love Bobby and Miss. Like there's different deities and and so as like okay, so there's different deities, and so Jesus is a deity. We don't recognize that, we consider him to be a god, but there's so many different gods, right? And so like really when you break down like this whole spirituality thing, you realize is that a lot of that stuff is like just one person belief system, and like I one thing like with Christianity, one thing it took me a minute to like I was scared to connect to different spirits. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh, that's demonic, thinking that those spirits was going to attack me, but they don't. Like they don't. Like there's certain spirits for different things, right? You have certain ancestors for different things. Like I have an ancestor that may have been like a warrior, right? So if I wanted to petition my ancestor to come help me, if I call out to my ancestor to come help me, like he gonna give me that warrior type of energy. Or if I had an ancestor that, and the ancestor is just somebody who passed away, and if I had an ancestor that was on this earth that was all about love, and I need more of that like loving energy, then I could petition my ancestors for that energy. So it's like we get so scared of like our ancestors, or we get so scared to working with different spirits. Like definitely yeah, it is. No, it's not. I'm gonna actually post this video on my channel so you guys can like every video we watch today, it'll be posted on my channel so you guys can watch it. But yeah, so there's different things that we don't even recognize, that like we feel like it's just demonic and we're scared, and like if we tap into that energy, we would be like some strong spiritual beings. And I think the first one to tap into is like ancestors. It's like when I was thinking about how I want to present this information to you guys as far as like working with your god or goddesses that I gave y'all, I was like, you have to go through your ancestors first, right? There's certain deities though, if you had a hard time like connecting to your ancestors, you feel like, oh, I just cannot connect with my ancestors. There's certain deities that you can work with. Papa Legba is one. He is the one for communication. And that's why it's good to start with your ancestors. If you feel like you're scared to connect to like a spirit, like all spirits are not meant for you to connect with. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, Oshun chose me. I really wanted to work with like Shango or somebody like that, and I thought Oya because I thought Oya because her name, it was a piece of my name, but I was like, Oshun chose me. So but I like Azuli Frida. Like that's one of my favorite goddesses is Azuli Frida, because like, but I'm realizing in my like study that Azuli Frida is the same as Oshun. Like it's just that's the Haitian version and that's the African version, right? Be scary, but it depends on which god or guys that you work with. So me personally, I was scared as hell too, but I wanted to work with Azuli Frida. And the reason why I wanted to work with Azuli Frida, because I felt like I resonated with that. I resonated with and if you guys, I'm having a whole list of goddesses that I'm posting every day. Azuli Frida is one of the people I already did. So if you want to learn about her, like go under my playlist. But for real, Azuli Frida was one of the people I wanted to work with, because I was like, I love self love, right? And she teaches you self love and like to love yourself more and to heal. And I feel like I have been through like some very traumatic stuff in my life, especially when it comes to like trying to open up my heart towards love. So with Azuli Frida, it was just like it just resonated with me. Then she's like luxury. She's like all about having nice things, being in a luxury environment. That's me. Shit, I like nice ass things. Um, she's like, then she's about love and and I was like, I wanted to work with her, but then I had to before I started working with her, I had to I wanted to open up the roads for or the communication, so I had to work with Papa Legba first. So it took me a minute to even decide to yeah, so it took me a minute to even decide to work to do it. I mean, I was so scared. I was like, oh my gosh. But then I realized is that me being scared? Is it scared? I'm scared because I fear them, or was it just self talk? Like, was it just like my environment? Because I grew up in that very Christian environment, and so working with, I was like, I could do hoodoo, like hoodoo is my thing, but like working with these different like spirits, that's what scared me. And then I just got over it. I did it, it worked, and then I literally got over it. um so that for me, that's how I got into it. Like, one thing I'm learning about myself is that I am not a child of Saturn, right? I should have been born on Saturday, but I am not a child of Saturn. But Saturn energy works very well for me. Um, so any deities that is connected to Saturday, like that's when I have my strongest, my strongest energy. So, Papa Legba, you could do his ritual on a Saturday or Monday. Like if I do that ritual on a Saturday, those rituals be fire. I don't know what it is, but it be fire. Like any dark energy, I hate to say this, but who cares? Any dark energy, if I ever tap into like this dark, that's why I want to like open my mind up to like what's it called? Black Lilith or Dark Lilith or something like that. Her. I want to open up my mind towards her because that energy of like that dark side, because I don't tap into that dark side a lot. It's like that, like those rituals be fire. Like if I did any type, I've done separation work for people. I've done, well, pretty much separation work. And other little stuff, like anything that be like, I'm gonna get your ass back type of energy. Those rituals work for me. And I realize it's not the get you back type of energy. It's like tapping into that dark energy to make something happen, which I'm not totally comfortable with doing that. But those rituals work faster than any other ritual. And like any other ritual I do, anything that I do on a Saturday that taps into that Saturn type of energy, it really works for me. But anyway, um, but I wanted to show you guys with connecting with your ancestors. Let me show you guys how to do an ancestor altar, because like a lot of y'all don't know how to do this. And like he was just talking about feeding your ancestors, but you first need to figure out how to do an ancestor altar. So let me get that out for you guys. I mean, let me bring that up for you guys.
The
Let
ancestors,
me
when you
bring
build
it
those
up.
altars and you feed them, it's not based on worshiping them. What?
Okay, hold on.
Honoring your
All right, so
ancestors
this
was
is how you
never
do an altar.
demonic.
I know a lot
So
of
let
people
me
don't
show
know
you how
how.
to set up an altar. First, you're going to start by cleaning. Honoring your ancestors.
I don't think y'all can hear it. Hold on. Let me see what else I can do. Wait 1 second. Oh, it's not. Okay, hold on.
Honoring your ancestors was never demonic, so let me show you how to set up an altar. First, you're going to start by cleaning off some sort of table. You're going to want to start with some sort of white cloth. If you don't have a white cloth, it's okay, but go ahead and wipe it down with some sort of cleanser. I suggest ammonia, or even salt or holy water. Place things on your altar like urns, obituaries, or trinkets from passed away loved ones. You may want to put something from each category, like a candle, an incense, something from your ancestors, and like a crystal or dirt. For me, I have my plant. Now, this is me dressing my candle. You do not have to do this, but I do recommend you getting an all white candle to light on your altar, and you can keep this lit at all times. I'm dressing my candle with some anti-negativity oil, and I had a little bit of protection oil in there, and I'm gonna use peppermint for protection and mental clarity. You don't have to do this part, but I put some cinnamon for abundance. This is also a good time to go ahead and set your intentions and ask for anything you might need. I'm asking for abundance, which is why I dressed that in cinnamon. I'm gonna go ahead and light my spiritual healing incense. You can also leave offerings like fruits and flowers for anything your ancestors may have liked. Bye.
Okay, so yeah. So this is a way to honor your ancestor. Yeah, like she did a good job. So this is what I do, and I'm
Honoring
gonna
your
start it and
ancestors was never
stop it.
demonic, so let me show you how to set up an
So for
altar.
me,
First, you're
I
going to
don't
start
have
by
all of that. I
cleaning
have
off
like
some
just the
sort of table.
pictures.
You're going
Okay, so I have the white cloth or whatever. I have pictures. I have a candle. I have water. I have plants. And I give me personally, I give my ancestor fruit. Now, I was looking at her diffuser. I got one. I probably need to move my ancestor altar somewhere else where I can actually have something like that on there. My ancestor altar is really small because I have several altars in my house. So they get to be a little much, but I have several. So having a white candle is good as well. You don't need much when it comes to them. All you need is the four elements, like straight up. Like you need the candle that represents all the elements anyway. But your candle, a plant, or some type of like dirt, as she said, um, water, and then air. Like, and air could be the candle too. And like I have a feather on mine to represent air, but it's a cool way. Like it's simple. It's nothing like really major to like honoring your ancestors. And like you can light your candle every day, or you can go. I used to do this all the time. I used to sit there, start my day, and like talk to my ancestors. Like sometimes I put, because my ancestors like coffee. Sometimes I do coffee. Okay, if I have like a coffee cake or something like that, or some type of sweet, I'll put that on there. Like what I do this, but not I may just light a candle. But if you know the simple thing that you can do is like literally put food on there. Put it on there for a few hours, or some people leave it on there for a week. I'm afraid of ants, so, or flies, so I wouldn't do that. But like you can literally keep it on there for however long you want to keep it on there. I would say like 4 hours or throughout the day, and just throw it away. Like put it up, put it there, and it's just throw it away. But it's a good way to actually honor your ancestors by feeding them. And that's what Bobby Hemmett was talking about. And I know y'all missed it, so I'm gonna go back and play Bobby Hemmett so y'all know what I'm talking about. Hold on, I'm getting better. I'm getting better. All right, let's add his video.
The ancestors, when you build those altars and you feed them, it's not based on worshiping. they exist are being alive. So you feed them. And from the ancestors, when you build those altars and you feed them, it's not based on worshiping them. What it is they was trapped in a physical body just like we are.
Look, I wouldn't get
Now
that
they don't
much better.
understand the physical body. They don't understand the world that they've been plugged into because from the ancestors, when you build those altars and you feed them.
Here we go.
The ancestors, when you build those altars and you feed them, it's not based on worshiping them. What it is they was trapped in a physical body just like we are. Now they don't understand the physical body because they don't understand the world that they've been plugged into because they don't have the physical body anymore. The movie Ghost told you all that. Remember, he was staying in the house for a while because he still thinking he had the physical body. The man said, you're trying to kick that can with your physical hand. So basically what you have to do to help them along sometime, you have to let them steal from the ancestors. When you build those altars and you feed them, it's not based on worshiping them. What it is they was trapped in a physical body just like we are. Now they don't understand the physical body because they don't understand the world that they've been plugged into because they don't have the physical body anymore. The movie Ghost told you all that. Remember, he
I feel like they don't want to play Bobby Hemmett today. That's okay. We'll come back to it, or just go back. I'm gonna upload this video, so you guys can watch it. But so that's pretty much like you want to feed your ancestor. I'm like, I feel like this is class almost, but it's not. It's really not. But you want to make sure that you're feeding your ancestors. All right, I'm gonna do another video so you guys can watch this. First, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting it together. I'm getting it together. And we're not. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this right here is going to tell us how to connect.
So there is a difference between working with a deity and worshiping a deity. And in order to help the misinformation spread on TikTok, I thought that I would share a little bit of my personal experience with the two separate terms. Now, I will say this, some people believe in certain practices. There's no such thing as working with the deity. There is only worshiping the deity, and that is it. And for others, it is the opposite. So it's different for everyone, and it's also different for your particular practice and your relationship with said deity. Now, I will preface with this before I go even a little bit more into this, but deities represent gods, right? So there is a difference between working with a deity and worshiping a deity. And in order to help the misinformation spread on TikTok, I thought that I would share a little bit of my personal experience with the two separate terms. Now, I will say this, some people believe in certain practices. There's no such thing as working with the deity. There is only worshiping the deity, and that is it. And for others, it is the opposite. So it's different for everyone, and it's also different for your particular practice and your relationship with said deity. Now, I will preface with this before I go even a little bit more into this, but deities represent gods, right? Deities are not on this planet. They're not here for us to just take and just like, ask them to just do whatever for us, and they'll just do it for us. They are there, they are real, but their job is not to nourish and, babysit and take care of us. You have to build that relationship with said deity. Go to them. There's different practices, different ways, right? Like with Hecate, you have to go to the crossroads, right? There's so many different things that go on within that. But I will say this, working with a deity sounds a little bit like this, especially if you are doing any form of conjure. You go to a specific deity, you go to where they are, right? So let's say you need to work with Hecate, right? You're going to go to the crossroads. You're going to do the rituals that you need to do. I'm not going to explain that on this app, right? This is not what this place is for. And in return, she helps you with whatever you are asking, right? That is a very specific energetic exchange between you and the deity. Now, worshiping a deity is completely different. Worshiping a deity is almost kind of, just being fully open to that deity and that practice or religion. For instance, if you are working with any of the Greek or Roman gods, and you happen to be Hellenistic, you might, have a different form or relationship with those pantheon of deities than someone that's just going to talk to Aphrodite, right? So that's just a little bit about that. Another example of this is people that are daughters of Aphrodite, or they worship Aphrodite. You can tell that they worship Aphrodite because of the way that they dress, the way that they talk. There's certain rules between them and the specific deity that they have to uphold or upkeep, right? Another example is connecting and working with the goddesses and gods, not goddesses and gods, of working with the Orisha and stuff like that. You can't just work with the Orisha, you know what I mean? Like, you have to have a very specific godhead. There's also different aspects of Ifa and Santeria and all that stuff. So that's the difference. Very long-winded answer. But if you stayed this long, congrats, because now you got a little bit more information on what the difference between working with a deity and worshiping a deity is. So, yeah.
Okay, so I've never done that, Black. I don't really. Um, your question is, so are there people who believe they can work with Jesus as an ascended master or Abrahamic God? I don't know. Honestly, I'm assuming that they could or they would. So for me, how I look at it is like this, and this is just my knowledge, and I've done a lot of research. Um, for me, like Jesus, like everybody has their own gifts, right? So say if you go to an Orisha, um you may go to Chango because you want that fiery energy, or you want to have that fertility, or you may go to Ogun because Ogun is going to clear the pathway. He's a hard worker. If you wanted to bring in a man, most women are going to try to bring in the Ogun type of man, where the Ogun is that man's head, right? So for Jesus, I feel like Jesus is what we know Jesus to do. He's a healer, and he's all about the heart, right? The heart chakra. So it's like, for me, I would go to Jesus for those things. If I needed healing, because he's a healer, right? Or if I needed something involving any type of love, and it's more or less like universal love. So those are the reason why I would probably go to Jesus. Now, I'm assuming that they do, but if I was to do that, I would probably go to Black Madonna. I don't know. Like, I just feel like these deities, they have reason. Like, I feel like there's only one God. Okay? There's only one God, but I feel like there's a lot of different gods and goddesses, but I feel like there's one main God. You get what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go to that one main God. I'm not gonna go to, I don't know. I don't know. That just, like, that's how I am. And at one point, I'm not gonna lie. So this is in my spiritual journey. One point, I was like honoring, and I realized there's a difference, and that's why I showed that girl. There's a difference with worshiping and working with a God. Some people really worship. I realized that you don't have to worship, you just have to honor. But there are people who feel like, oh my gosh, you gotta worship these different gods, and you absolutely don't whatsoever. Because, like, I feel like, just like we do worship Jesus, but it's really honoring him. Like, what do y'all think? Like, what do you think the difference is between honoring God and worshiping, or honoring a god or goddesses, or worshiping a god or goddesses? I feel like it could be so many different things. Um, Hold on, I'm trying to get my life together. Me using videos, I guess I really wasn't prepared. I did record the videos. So I wanted to show you guys just like my thought process as far as like how you can change your life. Like I feel this is what I've learned. Like if you feel like you're just kind of like in a rut, like nothing is really working out for you, like this is the flow that I found out that works. And I want to show some other stuff too. But this is the flow I found that actually work. Hold on. I know I'm pausing because it. So here, hold on. All right. So for me, I feel like this is the ultimate guide to change your life. This is my flow. This is LT flow. But understand, I feel like this. So let me make sure it's covering the whole thing. Oh, hold on, wrong video. But I feel like there's steps. Trying to get it. She wasn't ready. She wasn't ready. I was a little bit ready. But now I feel like I want to do this 1,000 times over. Like I may need to do Sunday service every day because now I'm starting to be ready. So I do feel like so the flow I kind of feel like is like you need to like cleanse your way. Like that's one thing I noticed like when it comes to like can y'all hear me? Hopefully y'all can hear me. But like cleansing the way. Like clearing out your pathway. Then maybe doing like a uncrossing, like breaking up anything that you feel like is causing you to get stuck, you know, because there's a lot of different things that we feel like they kind of get us stuck a little bit. Okay, hold on. I think this is it. Okay. my one good friend. Let me see if it changes. Okay, that doesn't change. Let's go to this other video. Hold on. I'm trying to get my life together. I feel like it's just not a smooth thing. If you know me, I like things to be really smooth, but it is what it is. All right, maybe this is it. Okay, yeah, this is it. So I feel like following this pathway, like if you just feel like, yeah, there's just a lot of stuff I got going on. You're looking for some type of happiness or whatever. Like you always want to, and let me freeze this. You always want to do like an uncrossing. You want to do a roll opener. I feel like that's not showing good enough, but it is what it is. That's gonna be my word for the day. It is what it is. But you always want to do an uncrossing to just kind of like cleanse out all the BS, right? Then you want to do a roll opener. A road opener kind of like just like once you clear out like well, first of all, uncrossing or a blockbuster, like it removes things from you. So once you actually clear out, here you go, it's actually clear now. So you want to do an uncrossing, clear out the stuff that's blocking you, right? Like stopping like sometimes there's spiritual ties, sometimes there's spiritual blockage. So this will actually stop all of that, right? Clear it out. Sometimes like if you feel like okay, I cleared it out, but I don't have a clear pathway. Like okay, it's clear, but like I'm trying to go in this one direction and it's still like messed up. Then what you want to do simply is do a blockbuster, like some type of blockbuster work, right? That actually helps. Another thing is to do after that is a roll opener. A roll opener like opens up all your roads. Like, so you uncrossed it, so you know that there's no more spiritual blocks, but you still feel like you're not able to, like, you're getting some type of relief, but you still feel like you're not able to move forward. Then that's where the road opener comes in. So you clear the roads, and then when you think about it, like on the Orisha tip, you got um, Papa Legba, you know, he's doing he's opening helping you clear the road, and then you got Ogun who's clearing well, Papa Legba opens the road, Ogun clears out the pathway, right? And then you want to work on your healing, because now you feel like there's no blockage, right? So you have a clear pathway. So if there was any type of spiritual block, then it's clear. You have all this free range to kind of like move forward, and then the healing comes in after that, because now it's like, even though your roads are open, you're not blocked, but you may be still feeling like, I need to heal, like I'm still hurt, I need to heal, like I'm still, even though it's clear, I somehow keep holding on to the path. And so you holding on to the path will actually cross you back up. You know, like say if you're in a relationship or you're trying to start over in a new relation or in a relationship, right? And you feel like, oh my gosh, I mean, I know everything is working out, but I still think he gonna cheat. Well, you're pulling that energy back in, like, or he gonna do some crazy stuff. You're pulling that energy back in, and so that really defeats the whole purpose of you doing all of the other work, with that uncrossing, that road opener, that clearing the pathway energy, right? And so, therefore, like, you need to work on healing yourself. Just simple. You gotta heal. But you can't heal if you crossed up. You can't heal if your roads are blocked, right? You can't heal when those things are happening. So the next thing that you want to do is heal. From doing the uncrossing, the road opening, then you heal. Then if you feel like, say for instance, you just feel like you're starting at ground zero. You're starting at ground zero, like life is just throwing throwing bricks at you. Like life is really just beating me up. You want like this right here, following this, you can do candle work just like this, and I promise you it'll change your whole entire life. Like your whole entire life. I've had to do it on several occasions where I felt like my life was just so blocked, and it didn't matter what candle work I did, you know, or who I bought the candle work from, if I made it myself or what. Like, just doing this actually just changes your whole entire life. Like, if you need a new beginning, you gotta follow these exact steps. Uncross your life, do a roll opener, heal. Okay, now once you heal, do attraction work. Attraction work is going to start bringing stuff to you, the good stuff to you, right? Not that BS, but the good stuff. Also, you want to, while you're doing your attraction work, you want to still work on self-love. You can bounce back and do self-love, or you could do healing and then self-love or attraction. But sometimes I feel like the reason why I put the attraction in, because sometimes we need to see more things coming towards us that's actually help us in our process of healing, or getting the things that we desire. Then you'll move to like money. If your money messed up, you really don't need love if your money is messed up, right? So you want to get your money right, and then you do love. And then, like, from what I used to take this class, and this lady used to say this all the time. She used to be like, you want to make sure that you're working, that you get what you want before doing another candle work. Because, like, if you're doing the uncrossing and you just realize that, damn, I did this uncrossing 1,000 times, like, it is not working, you want to, what I'm saying? Like, you got to do something else. Like, you can't just, I used to be like this. Me and my friend, God rest her soul, me and my friend, we used to do this. We would be like, every 3 to 7 days, like when we were trying to learn how to do candle work, every 3 to 7 days, it was like, okay, let's do another candle. Let's do another candle. Like, we just kept doing it. Like, we was manifesting the hell out of some stuff. But it was like, we was like, we gonna do another candle. You got a candle, let's burn the candle. Like that's how we were. Like we was really getting in our bag. We was manifesting a lot of stuff. We probably was doing some stuff we had no business doing, like whatsoever, doing a lot of stuff that we had no business doing. I know one. Well, yeah, I know a lot of things that we just probably like. That's this is what we want, girl. I mean, I'll tell you, like we had the love life of our dreams at that time. We had the money right. We was healing. We was making money. Like we was really making money. Like I was making so much money. I used to be shooting stuff to her like, oh, you want to do this? You want to do that? Like that's how it was. Like it was real. Like, but it's because we was like so I had been new. I mean, I had been in it a little longer than she was, but we was so new to opening ourselves up to it, and it was like we was really getting stuff. And I remember this one time I had and this is I got an uncrossing candle, and I'll share it with you guys the link of the person I got the uncrossing candle from. And I remember I had needed a job, but I ain't had no damn money, and I was like, I'm gonna order this candle from this chick. It was like Spirit had led me to her, and I was like, I'm gonna order this candle from this chick or whatever. And I was like, I need a job, but I kept hearing you gotta uncross first. And so I was like, I'm just gonna buy an uncrossing candle, take my last little money and buy an uncrossing candle and see what it happened. And when I swear to God, I lit that uncrossing candle, and I end up getting a new job. I wanted to relocate, okay, but I ended up getting a new job. I got me a boo, okay, relocating, made more money than I had ever made before in my life. Now I made more money than that, but that was my first step in like being in like doing like six figures. And I was like, oh wow, all because I was like, I believed in that candle. I was like, man, I'm gonna lit like this candle, like it's gonna have to work. And it really did work. And that's why I tell you, like, this flow has always worked for me. Like it has always worked. It's like sometimes we want to jump into love, but that's not how it works. Like it's a process. We can't just get love. It's like if you guys ever wonder like why your candle work don't work, because there may be some other stuff that's stopping you. But if you follow this flow, uncrossing, roll opener, healing, self-love, attraction, it's going to give you exactly what you want. And it's not too much when you can't fathom it, right? Because sometimes we are people who we can't fathom them things. Like, so if we got $1 million, if somebody came to us today and said, I got $1 million opportunity for you, right? And we only made $40,000 a year, I'm gonna be looking at that $1 million opportunity like, oh, that's not feasible, right? That's not gonna ever happen. That's why I feel like sometimes you gotta step ladder it. Like, okay, let's do this one, let's do that one, let's do this step, let's do the next step. But I just feel like you can really just change your life, but you can't rush the process. Like there's so much healing that's attached to it, and each one, like talking about like different goddesses and stuff like that, each one of them has something different. Like a lot of people got Yemaya, and I know why they got Yemaya. Like when I pull for the goddesses, I know why they got Yemaya. They got Yemaya because they need healing. And like she is definitely for females, but a lot of people don't want to do the healing work. So because we don't want to do the healing work, we just suppress it. We don't want to tap into those emotions, but then we want love and we want somebody to treat us a certain way. But it's like if we don't love ourselves enough to heal, how can we expect for somebody else to come in and try to heal us? Oops. How do we I thought I was gonna show my face. I was like, I'm sitting up in here. But anyway, but yeah, we don't love ourselves enough. You know, how we expect for somebody else to come in and love us? Like it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. We can want all day, but if we don't actually make the changes, it's never going to happen. So anyway, let me show you guys another video. I have a few videos, but I want to show you guys these videos because I did take the time out to find these videos because I felt like I wanted you guys to kind of like just open yourself up to like what rituals are. You know, that's the main thing. Um, I'm gonna tell you another thing. You don't ever have to do an obsession ritual for any love. I know, like, I'm just talking about rituals now. You don't ever have to do that. I've seen so many, because you know I'm a reader. I've seen people say, I want a person to be obsessed with me. That let me know that you're not healed, because there's no reason why you want somebody to be obsessed with you. You need to heal yourself and attract the right type of love, a person that who's going to treat you right. Like, somebody being obsessed with you is letting me know that you never had good love, like never had good love in your entire life, because you need nobody to be obsessed with you. And like, that means, tell me too, you never had nobody stalking you either, because that's a scary situation. Somebody stalking you or watching you or acting like whatever, like, that's a scary situation. You never need a obsession candle. If you ever feel like, I need my person to be obsessed with me, y'all need to change the way that you're thinking, because that simply means that you're not healed enough for a relationship, and you're not attracting the right people. So anyway, let me show you guys another
So,
video.
you want to work with deities, yeah? Here's your beginner's guide to working with new goddesses, gods, and deities. A deity is a spiritual figure of praise. For example, Christians have Jesus, God, the Lord, and other people may praise the universe, Lady Hecate, Zeus, and even Hades. In my opinion, when you are working with a new deity, you have to set up your protection wards. Without doing your research, calling out to a random deity on a random Saturday may be deemed as disrespectful. Now, you can either get ignored by this god, which is them showing you grace, or they can put you on their shit list. Now, I'm not saying this to try to scare anybody who wants to work with other gods. Just like with witchcraft, how we have closed practices and you have to do your research, do the same when it comes to gods. You do articles online, which I like to do, have multiple resources. Or you could also go to YouTube and look up the god's name and watch videos. You can check out the Chaotic Witch Aunt on YouTube or the Lady of the Library. Remember, your study can take months.
Okay, so this one is just kind of like telling you like what you need to do to work with a deity, right? So before you guys actually start like working with your deity, your god, your goddesses, like, I want y'all, even though that's the card that popped out, I want you guys to feel like, look, I want y'all to do research like before working with them. It's a reason why they came to you. It's a reason why, like, they popped out. They wanted to work with you, but do your research first. You don't have to rush into like doing some candle work for them, right? And then, like, I got Oshun, and I love Oshun, because I clearly take my oranges and my because she like oranges, she like coconut. I've done my research on her because I'm a daughter of Oshun, but she like oranges, she like coconuts, she like limes. Baby, I take that all to the river, all to the lake, okay, and give it to her as an offering. But I want you guys to like really connect with your deity before actually working with them. You know, it's no need to rush the process, even though, like, and you can say this to me, like, because I feel like we're going to be working with our different goddesses for a while, or working, like, learning different goddesses for a while. But you can even say, like, LT, I still want to work with my goddess, you know, like, I don't want to change her up. I'm still learning from her, or I still feel connected, instead of like next month in May, instead of saying like, oh, okay, I'm ready, I want a new one. Because there's a reason why that goddess got called to you. Like I said, for my people who got Yemaya, I already know that, like I said, the reason why she was called to you was because of the fact that you're not healing, and she wants to help you with processing those emotions. You may also feel like you want to be more connected as far as being in your feminine energy, right? That may be another thing that is important to you, is like tapping into that energy of being more connected. But because she's all about fertility, she's about healing. Like, I don't live by an ocean, but when I go to, because the only ocean I go to is in California, but when I go to California, I'm definitely giving an offering to her. I just thank her, thank you for helping me process my emotions or being a better version of myself. Because me personally, I work with my Orishas. I don't work with all of them. I wish I worked with like Ogun more. Even though I got a whole statue, I got an altar for him that I use, but I don't use that often. Um, I work with Chango. Well, I have an altar for Chango, but I haven't really used Chango. But I have used Oya, saying her name wrong. I have used her, and I've used her for healing. I've used her because she's good for helping you process that pent up emotions as well. But she's more of a warrior. Yemaya is more of a lover. Like Oya, she loves, right? But it's like she loves in such an intense way, and she don't have time. And that's my favorite part about her. Like she don't have time to be like trying to make sure everything right because she gotta get back to her boo. So she's the type, if you ask her or you petition her for something, she's gonna
How to
she's gonna
know
hurry
if
up and
a
do it
deity or
so
a
she can get
spirit
back
is
to her
trying
boo.
to contact
All right, let
you
me
and
get
how to
do this
contact
other
them
video
back
too. Let's see if it's
when you
showing.
don't have a tarot
Here
deck,
you go.
access to your tarot reader, or maybe you're just really, really new to this stuff. I might have a simple little hack for you. Hi, if you don't know me, my name is Rachel Sparks. I'm an intuitive tarot reader, spiritual practitioner, as well as a spiritual mentor who practices hoodoo and Jamaican voodoo. So here's my advice. This person asked, do you know why a deity might be in my space? I'm new to all of this. I got a spirit. How to know if a deity or a spirit is trying to contact you and how to contact them back when you don't have a tarot deck, access to your tarot reader, or maybe you're just really, really new to this stuff. I might have a simple little hack for you. Hi, if you don't know me, my name is Rachel Sparks. I'm an intuitive tarot reader, spiritual practitioner, as well as a spiritual mentor who practices hoodoo and Jamaican voodoo. So here's my advice. This person asked, do you know why a deity might be in my space? I'm new to all of this. I got a spirit reading a while ago. At the end of the reading, she picked up on another spirit that she believes to be a deity. And this commenter has also said a bunch of other things as well after, but I'm just going to address this part. When someone tells you that you have a spirit or a deity around you, number one, the thing that you're going to want to do is to make sure that you do your research on said deity or spirit and make sure you confirm with multiple tarot readers and spiritualists to make sure that this deity is trying to connect with you. Let's say you've done all of the above and you're just trying to form some form of a relationship with this deity, or you're just trying to understand a little bit more. One of the things that is never talked about enough is the art of bibliomancy. Bibliomancy is a form of divination and where you use the Bible. The Bible is in the name, right? You can use the Bible or you can use an actual book, text, whatever, anything that you can just open up and read in order to connect or divine with said deity. So let's say, for instance, you're trying to connect with a deity like Aphrodite. I would say one of the most powerful ways to connect and talk to her, if you don't know divination, you don't know tarot, you don't know all those things, everything is confirmed though, go ahead to your local bookstore and find a copy of Romeo and fucking Juliet. Go find a copy of Romeo and Juliet or any book that is about love and romance and self-love, especially self-love help books, and ask Aphrodite the question that is this, or ask said deity. I'm just using her as an example. Why are you in my life? And what is it that I need to do to really enhance myself and move in the way that I am meant to move in? Open a page up, a random page in the book, and you will find exactly what you need. Not only does this allow you to learn how to connect with said deities, but it will also allow and help you to have a deeper connection with your own personal intuition and your personal magic. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comments, and let me know if you have any other spiritual questions.
Okay, so I wanted to show that because, like I said, I want you guys to kind of open yourself up to working with different deities or ones that want to work with you. So, if like, do your research. Do not just, I would be a fool if I told you, like, just jump into these goddesses. Like, I want you to really learn them before you actually jump into them. You know, like you said, I haven't worked with her. Well, I have an ISIS candle, girl. If you give me your address, I'll mail it to you. It's a little small one because I don't think that I'm going to work with her. I personally don't think I'm gonna work with her, but I did buy it because I thought I needed more justice in my life. But then Spirit kind of like, I bought the candle, and then Spirit kind of took me a different way, you know. So I decided, like, I don't know about
So,
working
you want
with
to work with
her,
deities,
but
yeah?
I
Here's your
don't.
beginner's
If
guide to
somebody
working
do
with new
want the candle,
goddesses,
I would
gods,
be
and
more than
deities.
happy
A deity is a
to
spiritual figure of.
show you
So,
guys.
you want to work with
I mean, give you
deities,
guys
yeah?
that
So, you want to work with
that
deities,
candle.
yeah?
Hold on. And there's nothing wrong with her, at all. Like, it's just that my spiritual team was like, you doing too much. You just bought that candle just to buy that candle, and there's other ways I can do what I need to do. All right, so here go another video I want to share with you guys. I have 2 more videos because I wanted to add videos instead of me just sitting here running my mouth. Like, sometimes me sitting here running my mouth, or y'all don't have any visuals, I'll be like, that's boring. That's super boring. So I didn't want to be that gal today, but oh yeah, I think she means Obia. Yeah, I do. Hey, hey, country. Oh, I'm sorry. I told you I'm new. Hold on. Don't judge me, okay? Don't judge me. I am sucking with this visual today. Let me go back to like some type of visual. But I do like the visuals. I like the videos. And the reason why I like the videos, because who the hell want to sit here and just look at a screen? I felt like the way I was doing it in the past was kind of like boring, okay? This could still be boring to some, but it's just a conversation. But I felt like it was super boring because it was just a PowerPoint, no visuals. So today, I took the time out. I took the time out to actually just go ahead and like find some videos to help show you guys. You said, I honestly be wondering, but I'm going to do my research on these goddesses. I like to research goddesses that. Oh yes. So like I said, I have an Isis candle. At first, I felt like I needed Isis, right? Um, but I personally don't resonate with Egyptian goddess at all. Like, I don't know why, but like, because she is an Egyptian a goddess, I don't resonate. But like, some people may. That's why I wouldn't use it. Like my Orishas, like I resonate with the Orishas. Um, I resonate with Haitian goddesses as well. So like the Luas and stuff like that. But like the Egyptian goddesses, I was just I just felt like that would like give me what I desire but you have to listen to your spiritual thing. That's why I said, you know, that's why I was letting y'all know. First of all, do your research before like tapping into these goddesses, but do your research. Like, they called you for a reason. It's a time, it's a time right now that you need them, right? That's who wanted to call you. But as you do your research, you know, like, our lives change a little bit too. So as we do our research, we may be like, I can see how I could have used this goddesses 2 months ago, but right now it doesn't resonate with my life, right? So you may want to be like, okay, let me get another goddess or to work with, or let me research another goddesses to work with. So it kind of like, you know, Oshun is always popping up for me. Like I said, I'm a daughter of Oshun. You are, if I had a deck that had like the Orishas on them, like, Ogun calls out every time I use my Orisha deck. Ogun always come out for you because you are a daughter of Ogun, so that's why they come out. So anyway, let me get you guys another video. Hopefully I can get it together, because y'all know I've been sucking on this thing, but one day it's all gonna be together. Hold on.
Today we're going to be talking about deities, gods, or goddesses. I'm going to be giving you 5 tips before you summon whatever the hell you're trying to speak to. Before you start your practice, I would suggest meditation. This ensures that you're focused and that you are cleansed from within. I would also journal and get all the things that have been off my chest and just write why I want to communicate with my deities, and put a pillow down there and get comfortable. Strengthen your wards, so light some Palo Santo and make sure to cleanse from the back of the room to the front of the room so that you're ensuring that the energy is moving out. And child, lock the mirrors. Tarot cards work as a great way to secondhand communicate with your deities. Let's pull one for you guys. Water your garden. Yes, slay. Let's pull another one to double check. You got this. Literally, you got this. You guys can also use pendulums. You guys can also try to communicate with them through your dreams by using certain crystals, lucid dreaming, and astral projection. Here's Mumu, and to shop his crystal cat collar, the link is in our bio. Have any more questions? Comment them below and follow for more.
Okay, so that's just a quick way of working with your deities. But I do, like, I'm telling you guys, like, I'm not one of those people that just be like, do as I say. Like, no, that's not LC. Like, it is important for you guys to do your own research. The whole reason why I even change my name, 'cause I used to be LC Tarot. The whole reason why I even changed my name was because of the fact that I wanted to do teaching. I wanted to teach you guys what I knew. Not in a way where I told you what to do, but in a way to, like, just like show you or guide you. That was important for me. I wanted to definitely guide you in your path. It's not, see, the thing about it is that there's so many people that's gonna say, oh, you need to work with the Luwaz. Oh, you need to be a Christian. Oh, you need to be a Muslim. Oh, you need to do Stoicism. Or, oh, you need to be Buddha, right? There's so many different people. There's, like, people will tell you to do this, do that, right? But it's like, you got to find your own pathway. I only wanted to be like a spiritual dictionary, like my other channel, or the LT speech spiritual teaching, putting 2 words together. The LT spiritual teaching, that one is just literally knowledge. If you need to look up a deity, bam, I'm gonna have all of them listed. If you need to look up some angel numbers, bam, I got all the angel numbers. If you've seen this number 15 times today and you need to look it up, I got all of those, right? So that's the reason why I got it. That's the reason why I created it. And I wanted to actually separate. Some people come on LT Spiritual TV just simply for tarot readings, because that's what I'm known for, is tarot readings, right? But I really am more deeper than you realize. Like, I'm pretty deep. I may not communicate that, or I may have problems with communicating that to my fullest ability, because I get nervous, even though y'all be like, you do this 1,000 times a day. I still be nervous when I come on here. Like, it's like, oh my gosh, everybody gets to see me. But yeah, so it's like, I have a lot of knowledge when it comes to things because I research things. Like, I don't bring you guys information that I have not spent hours researching. If I have not bought a book or books, because that's my thing, I may buy 10 books to learn one subject. Like when I was trying to learn Solomonic magic, and that's something I want to talk to you guys about too. But when I was trying to learn that, it took me a long time to find out what I needed. First of all, a very, very, very long time to find out what I needed. Then I realized that I was paying this one lady for these Solomonic candles, $75 per candle. Lord, it was expensive, but they work for me. Like, and I realized that I could have been doing this. It's like once you have the knowledge, well, I guess I can't post that last video because it's saying it's too big, but I want y'all to go watch the Yama video I just posted. But once you have the knowledge, you don't gotta spend all that. I was spending that money for somebody else's knowledge. That's all it was. It was like all I needed was the seal. And I bought those seals. And I said I was going to start selling them, not selling them, but I was going, yeah, I guess I was going to sell them. I was going to sell the seals because I found those seals and I bought those seals so I can print them out. And I said I need to upload this on my website so people who are into Solomonic magic, we can talk about it. Like straight up. But let's finish this PowerPoint. So last time we talked about being a healer. I don't have anything to talk about as far as I don't have anything to talk about as far as like spiritual gifts today whatsoever. So I think last time I told you guys to choose an herb to work with, and so this question was, what herb did you choose to work with? I really want y'all to start working with cinnamon. Cinnamon and lavender are two all-purpose herbs that you can use on everything. It enhances it. And I'm going to teach y'all how to do more candle work too. Like, we're going to get into it. I said to myself, like, I need to just start, like, popping up on here. Like, I would love to do this more. Like, popping up on here and just talking about different stuff. Who comes? If you come, you come. If you don't come, you don't come. But it's going to be out there for the world, okay? But I said I was gonna start coming out here and doing that. But I want y'all to, like, cinnamon is really important. Like, cinnamon has that heating factor, and a lot of people, they blow cinnamon in their house on the first of the month, like when they trying to get money. I wash my hands with it. Sometimes I wash my hands with it, and I be like so amazed with how much money I get that day. Like I be having money come in so many different directions. Oh yes. So yeah, with the cinnamon thing, use it. Also, I want you guys to think of one thing you want to manifest within the next 7 days, because like another thing is that we need to get into like manifesting. Like, yeah, we can work with these deities, but we need to be able to work with these deities and change our lives. So you may not do it now, but I want you to really think about it. This is Sunday. So starting tomorrow, from Monday through Sunday, think about one thing that you want to manifest, that you absolutely want to happen. If you can't think of anything, say an extra $1,000. Like, we all can use some extra money, or if you got a business, get some new money on your business, or get some new clients on your business. There's nothing wrong with that. So think of one thing that you want to do to manifest within the next 7 days, and think about how you will manifest it. Also, I want you to think about something that you want to manifest for the month of April. Like, what would be something that is feasible within 30 days to manifest? And then think about how you will manifest that as well. See, this is from last time when I said try cinnamon. Cinnamon, I'm still stuck on cinnamon. We're going to do another herb next time, but I'm still stuck on cinnamon because it does have that masculine component. Okay, so when you're doing spiritual work, especially when you're working with herbs, like you have a lot of feminine energy. You want that masculine energy, like something to heat it up. Heat it up means it moves faster. So some people like to use coffee. I don't always use coffee. I use cinnamon or ginger. Those two things like heat it up to make it like come to me quickly. um but it's connected to Sun and Mars. So the Sun is, it says it's under Aries, but Sun is Leo, Mars is Scorpio and Aries. The stones you can use that's connects to it is sunstones. It helps you grow your spirituality. It also helps you with success, healing. It adds a lot of energy to your spell. It also helps with protection, prosperity, and good luck. That's why I told you guys last time to find a herb to work with and try cinnamon, because cinnamon is amazing. I still want you guys to work with cinnamon. These are the ways you can use it. Wash your hands with it. You can literally do a candle. I sell a cinnamon candle on my website, but you can literally get a candle and put cinnamon on it, straight like that. It's that easily. You can carry it in a sack or in type of like bag or something like that. You can bathe with it. You can cook with it. You can blow it in your doorway. You can also drink with it. Like you can use it in all these different ways to manifest the things that you desire. So think about it. If you literally put cinnamon in your drink every day. Some people do that for blood pressure issues. Like if you have high blood pressure, I know people who drink cinnamon for high blood pressure. If you put cinnamon in your drink and you drink it in the morning time, you can literally speak over it and say, I'm gonna manifest a new job. I'm gonna manifest new love with cinnamon. Like that's how cinnamon works. It's like you can draw that to you so quickly by just literally doing simple stuff. Like we don't have to do a lot to change our lives. Like we can use what we have and change it. Cinnamon is one of those things. Everybody got cinnamon in their kitchen somehow, some way. All right, I do the call in thing, but I've been on here way too long. I've been on here 90 minutes. So I know I'm gonna let y'all call in and release anything that's holding back. Journal it today. This journal. Also, here are some letting go tips here. First of all, y'all can go on my other website called crowningourqueens.com. crowningourqueens.com. I do a lot of 21-day classes or seminars where we kind of like take 21 days to change our lives. I sell products, I sell journals, everything. Like if you are a female, that should definitely be your resource. If you have a kid that's under 10 years old, I have a book for affirmation. It's a scripting book and they're affirmations. So check that out as well. I also have a book on there called Manifesting a Partner Through Healing. So I wrote it myself. If you guys ever want to heal first and manifest a partner second, okay? Check that out. I have a workbook on there for that. So, but yeah, so here go letting go tips. So you can meditate and do mindfulness, journaling, surrendering to the universe. You can do energy healing. You can do forgiveness rituals, sacred ceremonies, affirmations, and gratitude practices here. If any of these practices resonate with you, start incorporating them in your daily lives. Like, like just do something to work with that. Also, we talked about this last time and how to draw in love. I always have to add some type of love on here because I am a tarot channel. Or I do tarot, and everybody loves love. So how you draw in love? You can do self-love and healing. You can do love yourself first, like work on loving yourself first. Healing your heart chakra. Do visualization and manifestation. Opening the path for love by letting go of past baggages and making room for a new partner. Affirmations, surrendering the need for control, pray or set your intentions, aligning with a loving energy. You can do engage in acts of compassion. You can do a spiritual cleanse, clear out old energy. You can be open to love in all forms. Okay, get a dog, love your dog, be open to that. um, you can live fully in the present. Like some people like feel like they can't do nothing until they find love. Start doing stuff now. We talked about this last time, which was working with the four elements. I'm going to skim through it real quick. So this is like earth. Earth is about grounding, stability. Um, so when you like trying to manifest something, you have to have your energy grounded. That's why that's what the herbs are for. That grounds your energy. So you can do grounding techniques. You can do nature walks. I do that now. It's so grounding. You can work with crystals. You can do affirmations. When it comes to air, what you can do is you can do breathe work and meditation. You can also journal. Like find a way. Like air is all about like speaking. So find a way to speak. You know, like as we speak, it's air coming out of our body. So that's one way to work with the air. You can journal as well. Also saying affirmation because you're speaking it. When it comes to fire, that's passion, transformation, and action. So candle work is working with fire energy, movement and dance, fire ceremonies, and affirmation. Affirmation is going to be on all of those. When it comes to water, that's about like intuition, healing. So you want to do water meditation. You can sit by a body of water or sit in a bath. Okay, or you can do water scrying. Here is a list of everything as far as creating an elemental altar. I showed you guys earlier how to do an altar. And that's only if you draw into it. So you can do earth, which would be crystals, stones, and plants. You can do air, which is incense, feathers, or wind chimes. Fire would be candles, incense, or a small fire pit. Water, a bowl of water, seashells. Those are all things that you can do to work with the elements. Remember, the new book that we're reading is the Four Agreements. So that is, we didn't do it last time. I think I bought the book and never fully read it. But we're doing the Four Agreements, maybe the Five Agreements next. But the Four Agreements is great for manifesting. Also, remember to shop on my website, ltspiritual.com. And guess what, guys? If you want to volunteer, and help me, you guys can always go on my website at enchantingjoy at gmail. Oh, no, my website. You can email me at enchantingjoy at gmail.com. If you want to talk about anything, this is meant for you guys, where we can just come on here and talk. We'll discuss anything. If there's any topics that you like, if you like the topics from this time and you want to talk more about it, email me. It's your world. But yeah, we have made it to the end. I'm so excited to do another Sunday service. I think this is my first one of the year. Don't judge me, but we'll do more. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, y'all.